If you like to talk about combat sports and you want to join the discussion, click the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon next to it and join Knucklehead Nation. What's going on, Knuckleheads? This is George with Fighters Rep, and this is our Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter Preview Prediction. Sorry, we've been missing for about a week with these predictions and previews since Fighters Rep 8 went down. We've had to sort of take a little bit of a break and come back, and here we are talking about fights that are not our own fights. And this is the first one we're going to hit off with, again, Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter. This is a unification fight in boxing's welterweight division, which is 147 pounds. You've got Shawn Porter with the WBC strap going up against Errol Spence. The Truth versus Showtime Shawn Porter. And Errol Spence is carrying the IBF strap at this time. So this is a unification bout. We're going to go through the tail of the tape for this bout, which is a very, very exciting bout for boxing fans. And I think all combat sports fans should be excited about this bout. But we're going to go over the tail of the tape first, as we usually do. I'm going to give you my prediction, and then at that point, I'm going to turn it over to you guys to see what you guys think about the fight, who you guys think is going to win this very important welterweight fight. Again, keep in mind, guys, the welterweight division in boxing is the hottest and probably the deepest division, and I would say hottest maybe outside of heavyweight right now, which is absolutely buzzing. But welterweight has some absolute monsters in it. We still got Pacquiao looming. We've got Terrence Crawford, who everybody's salivating for to see him get in a ring with Errol Spence Jr. We've got Shawn Porter. We still got Danny Garcia. We've got Keith Thurman. So we've got a lot of really, really strong athletes in the welterweight division. And this is an important fight because, of course, there are two belts on the line, and I believe the winner of this fight should definitely be taking on Terrence Crawford, but we'll see. With the way boxing culture and politics works, that may not happen, all because Terrence Crawford is with Top Rank, and a lot of these guys are PBC fighters, and it's unfortunate that we can't make these big fights in boxing. But real quick, let's look at the tail of the tape for this bout. Now we've got Errol Spence Jr. at 25-0 with 21 knockouts. Okay, The Truth. He's just 29 years old. He's going to be going up against Shawn Porter, who's 30-2-1 with 17 knockouts. Not the knockout percentage of Errol Spence, but still a pretty strong and physical guy. Not really known for one-punch knockout power, but a very physical, in-your-face fighter. And he's 31 years old. So both of these gentlemen are priming and ready to go. Young bucks still in the sport of boxing and entering their prime or buzzing in their prime as we speak. We've got Errol Spence standing at 5 feet 9.5 inches tall versus Shawn Porter's 5 feet 7 inches tall. Now, whether you think height is an advantage or not is up to you. I think reach is more important. So when we head on over to the reach, it looks like Errol Spence Jr. has a 72-inch reach versus Shawn Porter's 69-inch reach. So definitely the reach advantage is with Errol Spence Jr. The KO advantage is with Errol Spence Jr. I believe that the age advantage, even though it's not significant, is with Errol Spence Jr. And when I'm saying that, I'm also taking into consideration wear and tear. Shawn Porter has been in some brutal fights. Errol Spence has not really been in any tough fights other than his fight against Kell Brook. Other than that, he's basically wiped out just about everybody he's fought, including Mikey Garcia, who was able to go the distance with him, but he completely shut him out, and to everybody's surprise, he outboxed him. So that's basically the tail of the tape, guys. what do I think that these guys have to do to win this fight? Well, Shawn Porter has to be Shawn Porter, which is get in on the inside, make it ugly like he usually does, and be an immovable object, and maybe, just maybe, try to outdog Errol Spence, because I don't see any way for Shawn Porter to outbox Errol Spence. He's just not the boxer that Errol Spence is. That's not to say that Shawn Porter cannot box at all. He's shown glimmers and glimpses of a boxing ability, but it's not at the level of Errol Spence. Now, the big problem I see with this fight is what Errol Spence has to do. It relates with what Errol Spence has to do, which is stay on the outside and box. And the big problem, again, that I see in this fight is that Errol Spence Jr. can do that. And Errol Spence Jr. can also be a dog and fight a gritty fight, as he showed against Kell Brook, who was a very competent fighter and actually beat Shawn Porter. So I just feel like Shawn Porter, the only thing he has going for him in this fight is his physicality, but he's smaller. He has a less of a reach than Errol Spence, and I actually don't think he's going to be as physically strong as Errol Spence, who's an absolute monster in this division. Errol Spence looks like, he could easily fight 154 pounds, and I just don't see Shawn Porter's strength being Errol Spence's weakness in this fight. Now, that's not to say that Shawn Porter won't go the distance. We did see Mikey Garcia able to go the distance against Errol Spence by being defensively responsible. However, is Shawn Porter as defensively responsible as Mikey Garcia? And is he going to sit back and go into survival mode when the shit hits the fan in this fight? Or is he going to want to go out on his shield? Something tells me that this is going to be a very exciting fight. Shawn Porter does not come off as the kind of guy that's going to sit back and go into survival mode when he's losing. I think this is going to end up being a firefight. Shawn Porter is going to try to outdog Errol Spence because that's the only shot he's got. And he does have a chance, but it is something like a snowball's chance. I really don't see Shawn Porter beating Errol Spence anywhere. He doesn't have the skill. He doesn't have the size. He doesn't have the strength, I don't think, to bother Errol Spence. Perhaps in the first couple rounds, he'll be able to be very physical with Errol Spence, but I just think he's too small and not strong enough, and definitely not good enough of a boxer to beat Errol Spence and keep him honest. And I think Errol Spence can beat him on the inside. I think he can beat him at mid-range, and I think he can beat him at distance as well, which is probably what he's going to do. I have a feeling he's going to be landing some crushing blows as Shawn Porter tries to close the distance. I could see this fight either going a lopsided, unanimous decision for Errol Spence, or I can see Errol Spence actually winning this fight by knockout in the late rounds. So that's pretty much it. I feel like this fight is pretty cut and dry. If you are a hardcore boxing head like myself, you probably see it the same way. I'd be excited to hear what Shawn Porter fans or people that favor him in this fight would say is his key to victory. Again, the only thing I see him being possibly able to do against Errol Spence is, fighting a dogfight on the inside and perhaps somehow wearing down Errol Spence and winning a decision. But I just don't see it. But you never know. Maybe he can land a sneaky shot on the inside because he's so awkward and physical and hurt Errol Spence. But again, if I gotta put the kids' tuitions on it, the kids' college funds on it, I gotta go with Errol the Truth Spence, man. Nobody, in my opinion, nobody at welterweight can beat him other than Terrence Crawford. That's what's going to happen. He's going to win, and hopefully, I'm putting it out there in the universe, he's going to be going up against Terrence Crawford immediately after this fight, or maybe he'll milk it a little more and go after Manny Pacquiao. And that would be an interesting fight as well. So, it doesn't look like we're too active in the chat right now. We don't have anybody saying it in the chat right now. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Please subscribe below if you like talking about combat sports. We do this live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Also, stay tuned. We just got our pro kickboxing license, the only pro kickboxing show in the state of California. We're going to be throwing down December 21st. We had a fantastic show last Saturday. Anderson Silva was in the house. His son was fighting for us. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, definitely be sure to tune in or get your tickets. If you're in the Southern California area, tickets are already on sale for Fighters Rep 9, our first Pro-Am card. And again, you can get the tickets in the links in the description. You can also get your Fighters Rep merchandise and donate in the Super Chat, or get the merchandise and the links in the description. Anything you purchase or donate, the majority of the proceeds are going to get invested right back in to the promotion, and you'll be helping us build the next generation of striking promotion right here in the mecca of combat sports in Southern California. So that's all I've got for you guys today, knuckleheads. And I was about to log off, but it looks like we've got Jamaican Boxing in the chat. Boxing, he has returned. What's going on, my brother? I appreciate you very much joining the chat. Let me go ahead and switch to the chat screen here. It doesn't look like there's too much else going on, but I appreciate you joining the chat, my man. Before I log off here, and unless someone else logs on, I just wanted to real quick get your reaction or get your take and see what you thought of who's going to win this fight between Errol Spence and Shawn Porter. I know you're a big boxing head. Also, if anybody is interested in giving their opinion, feel free to do so in the comment section below once we sign off. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm excited for this fight. I believe this fight is going to be nonstop action because Shawn Porter has never been in a boring fight. He's always in an action-packed fight. Some people say he fights dirty, but it's because he's so freaking physical, and I think he's physical because he just doesn't possess the technique for the most part to have a real clean boxing match the way some of the other guys in the welterweight division do. So Jamaican Boxing just said Spence by TKO. I think that's a great prediction. I predicted Spence with a late stoppage or a lopsided unanimous decision. But that's all we have for you today, knuckleheads. Be sure to tune in here immediately after the fight on Saturday. We'll be going live to discuss the fight and give you our reaction. And until then, definitely click the subscribe button. It'll be much appreciated. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Click the link below for your official Fighters Rep merchandise and join Knucklehead Nation.